Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Varsha, and in this particular session, we are going to discuss descriptive answer writing question practice. We are going to do descriptive answer writing question practice for our agriculture and rural development portion for our NABARD Grade A examination 2025. So the aspirants who are in the session, please let me know that everything is working very well, that the screen is okay and the voice is clearly audible to everyone. And please let me know how's my voice. See, aspirant, for your NABARD Grade A examination, descriptive answer writing, basically for your phase 2 examination, descriptive answer writing is very, very important. Okay. So that's why I had decided to take some sessions on weekly basis or on in 1 week, I'll take the previous year questions and another week I'll take a descriptive answer writing session for you so that your agriculture and rural development portion, descriptive answer writing portion will be covered in a very well manner. Okay. So here we have to discuss two important questions. You have to attend the class till the last minute so that you will be able to know how you can frame a good answer. Okay. So that you will be able to know how you can frame the good answer if these type of questions were asked in your examination. Okay. Let's start our discussion. Yeah. Yes, very good. Rafiq Ahmed, thank you for telling. And the students who are in the class, please share the session among your friends as well. And you have to be the part of the session. If you feel like that there's something is missing, you want a good, you want another explanation for something, please let me know in the comment box. So we'll discuss about it in detail. Okay. And you can install the application of Oliveboard, register yourself there so that you will get the periods of YouTube session. So this is a question, this is a previous year question. Okay. So question that was asked once was, what is social forestry? What is social forestry, and explain its objectives and component, and you have to frame a good answer for this question for 10 marks. Okay, let me tell you one thing. If examiner is asking you to write a good descriptive answer for 10 marks, so you should have to maintain the word limit till 400 words. If the examiner is asking you to write a good answer for 15 marks, so that time your word limit should be 600 words. Okay. So that's why it is needed to do answer writing practice so that you will not exceed the word limit. You will be capable of knowing how should you frame a good answer for a specific question. Yeah. Very good evening, Shilpi. Very good evening to you. So after reading the question, the one thing that you should do is divide the question in different segments. Divide the question in different segments. Okay. And there is a thumb rule for writing descriptive answer that there should be an introduction part. After that, there is a main body part and then the conclusion. And then the conclusion. So if we talk about the weightage of all the three components of a descriptive answer, so it is divided like introduction 10% weightage, body 80% weightage, and conclusion is 10%. Okay. So as it is in the question, like they're asking what is social forestry. So this is one part. Explain its objective. Objectives of social forestry, it is a second part. And the components of social forestry, this is a third part. Okay. So that's how you will divide the question into different segments. Right. And if you are of a mindset like all of a sudden like multiple thoughts will emerge out of your mind like after reading the question, I'll suggest you draw mind maps in the rough notebook. Okay. And write the points before framing the exact answer on the screen. Okay. So that's how you can conceptualize, or you can like write all the important points in a pointers format and then start writing a good answer for the question. You need to practice for it. This thing will not come out in one day. You need to do regular practice so that you will be capable of knowing how to make the mind maps and how to frame a good answer for a question. Firstly, one thing needed, you have to write a definition. So what you can mention in the definition of social forestry? If you are aware about like who is related with the term, like who coined the term social forestry for the first time, you can mention. You can define social forestry. There are different ways to define it. So you can choose any specific definition and you can write it. Your definition should be clear. Okay, what is the exact meaning of social forestry? That should be clear by your definition, because this part is going to form the introduction of your question. Okay, this part is going to form the introduction of your question, and on an average, this part will help you to get 2 marks. So your social forestry definition or your introduction should be effective. Got it? Now, this is a basic explanation related to the question. Now we are moving forward. I'm showing you the answer, like what you have to write here. So that's how you have to write the answer. Okay, I am mentioning a definition for social forestry. What is it? It's a practice. Yeah, some of the students always keep on asking, like, ma'am, is there a need to write introduction, body, and conclusion? No, you don't need to write the headings. Okay, you don't need to write the headings separately. You can directly start framing your answer as per the demand of the question. Okay, so a practice. What is a social forestry? It's a practice that involves local communities in the management of forest. So this is a very basic definition. Social forestry is a practice. What you are doing to manage a forest, you are taking the help of the local communities or the people who are living near to the forest area. What is the aim of it? Meeting so that the environmental and social objectives both will be fulfilled. Like the forest will be protected and the people who are living to the near forest by forest, they will get some returns like the fodder, the fuel wood in return. Okay, often focused on tree planting, afforestation, and sustainable forest management. Designed to benefit local population by providing resources. So, what are the resources that the local population will get by following the social forestry? They will get the fuel wood, they will get the non-timber forest products, and there's a strategy to reduce deforestation. What is a deforestation? It's a indiscriminately cutting of the trees. So it is considered as a practice. For example, when you feel connected to something, you will not dare to harm it. So by following the social forestry, what we are doing, we are trying to maintain an emotional connection with the forest communities or the forest tree species around us. Okay, so it's like a strategy so that the tree cutting will be reduced and the conservation work will be promoted, because you will connected with the resource, because you will connected with something, you will not destroy it. You know that this will give you something in return, so you will do conservation practices there. So it's a way to empower communities and improve their livelihood. And this is a collaborative and community-driven forestry initiative. So I had mentioned so many ways to define social forestry in this particular paragraph. You can choose, you can take out and elaborate anything, and that's how you can write a good definition for social forestry with the help of all these explanations given to you. So that's how you can define the social forestry, and you can, like, this term was given by Jack Westobe. This term was coined by J. Westobe. Okay, if you want to mention, you can also mention this part. Now, our second question. Second question is about, you have to mention the objective. So as I told you, this part will help you to get 2 marks. And let's suppose that I'm dividing objectives for 4 marks and components for 4 marks. Okay, so you need to mention at least 6 or 7 objectives. 6 or 7 good or different objectives of social forestry to get 4 marks for this portion of the question. Okay, so what are the different objectives of social forestry? So you can also formulate the objective by yourself from the definition that you had mentioned before. So what are the different objectives of social forestry? One is, it will help in improving the environment. By how you can improve the environment? To safeguard agriculture from the adverse effect of various climatic factors. Another is to expand fuel wood supply for domestic use. Okay, you need fuel wood for domestic use. So when you start following the social forestry practices, you will get the fuel wood in return. So that's how you are expanding the fuel wood supply, and that you can collect from the forest area and you can use it for your domestic purposes. Other uses, you will get the small timber that you can use for rural housing purposes and any other household purposes. You can also collect the fodder for your livestock. You can also collect the minor forest produce for local small scale businesses. So these are the facilities that you are getting because of following the social forestry practices around you. And another thing is you are growing trees. You are focusing on afforestation practices. So what you are doing, you are working on natural beautification of the landscape and you are creating recreational forest for the advantages of rural and urban populations. Okay, another one is it will provide you the employment opportunities for untrained workers because for collecting the non-timber forest produce, for maintaining the forest resources there, for maintaining, for sowing of the seeds, for doing the thinning operations, for the pruning operations, you need to employ some individuals there. Okay, and these individuals do not need any specific degree for doing that. So these untrained workers or the unskilled people, they will get the employment opportunities. Okay, if you start following the social forestry around you to affect the rehabilitation of the land and raising the and as a people are getting the different resources from the nearby forest they that is maintained by them by selling the different commodities that they are collecting from the forest area. What they can do, they can earn extra penny or extra money, and this extra money will help them in raising their standard of living, there is in their quality of life. Okay, so that's how the people who are living in and around the forest areas, their lifestyle will be improved and their standard of living will be improved. Okay, another thing. So these are the different objectives of social forestry. Now moving on these are the objectives. Now moving on the components. So what are the different components of social forestry? So here you have to mention the components of social forestry. So these are very important components of social forestry. So one component is agroforestry. We know about agroforestry because see, agroforestry topic is very important because in the past few years we had observed descriptive type answer questions from the agroforestry portion, like the advantages of agroforestry system if we are following an agroforestry system, and what are the constraints or the disadvantages of agroforestry system. So you need to know about it in a very well manner. So one component of social forestry is agroforestry. What is agroforestry? Like you're having the same piece of land, one piece of land, and on this one piece of land you are growing the agriculture crops and you are growing the forest tree species as well, or you are raising the pastures for your livestock also. Okay, so on the same piece of land at the same time, when you are doing two or more than two practices, different practices. So what would be the advantage of following this practices? Like you will get diverse productivity there. You will get diverse products out of there. It will also help in improving the soil health and ecosystem services as well. Okay. Another is community forest management. The people who are living near to the forest area, they will be directly involved in the forest management practices. Okay, with one thought in mind that they will definitely get something in return. Okay, with this thought in mind, they will do all the practices religiously. They will participate in managing the forest practices, protecting the forest practices, and utilizing the forest resources. So that's how sustainable practices will be ensured, and the community in return they will get the benefits in the form of non-timber forest products. Okay, so dual purpose will be fulfilled. Forest will be conserved and maintained effortlessly, and in another terms, the community who are living near to the forest areas, they will get all the basic amenities from the forest around them. Okay, another component of social forestry is the urban forestry. So you might have observed that the people who are living in the urban areas, they are they are not aware about they are not specific places around them where the particular forest areas are established. Okay, so whenever they have to rejuvenate themselves, they have to visit specific areas of the hilly areas and other natural places so that they can rejuvenate. What if all these natural resources will be available around them all the time? Okay, so urban forestry is a component of social forestry which focuses on planting and managing of tree species in the urban areas. So in the urban areas now we are having the biodiversity parks Now we are having the amusement parks. Okay, so these are the places where the tree species are like maintained. Okay, that's how the air quality of that particular area will improve, and these tree species will provide the shade, enhances the aesthetics, and promotes the biodiversity as well. Okay, so this is a very important component of agroforestry, social forestry. Another is the watershed management. What do you mean by the watershed? See, basically, in the in the areas where basically the dryland agriculture, the dryland areas where the rainfall is rainwater is a only source for irrigating or watering our agriculture crop. Okay, so what we can do, we can maintain the catchment areas or the watersheds so that we can conserve and restore the water there. That can be utilized by the forester, that can be utilized by the wildlife that are living in that forest areas, or the tree species can also take the water from the, we can also use the water to water the tree species or the agricultural species where we are growing in that areas. So it involves the conservation and restoration of forests in watersheds. This ensures the water availability, and it will also help in controlling the, okay, it will also help in controlling the soil erosion and protecting the water quality. Okay, so that is the watershed management, right? Another component is afforestation and deforestation. See, aspirants who are there in the class, please let me know what is the difference between afforestation and reforestation. Yeah, do you have any idea what is afforestation and reforestation? How these two terms are different from one another? Yeah. Is there anyone who can give me the definition for this? I'm waiting for you for 1 minute so that you can give the answer for the question. Any idea? See, afforestation is a forestry, like you are planting the tree species on any area for the first time. Okay, you are converting a wasteland into vegetation for the forestry species, or you are converting the degraded land into a cultivable land. Okay, so that is afforestation practices. What is reforestation? So there is an area where you were initially also you are growing some tree species or you are maintaining any good plantation work there. But due to some reasons, now the particular area is devoid of the tree species, and you are again doing the planting activities there, plantation activities there. So that is a reforestation. Okay, so these two initiatives also help in establishing new forest when you're talking about afforestation, and restoring the degraded areas when you're talking about reforestation. Okay, and how you can do that? By tree planting and re-establishing natural ecosystems. So social agroforestry combines agriculture and forestry practices to support rural livelihood. Like they will be able to get the basic agriculture products from the same piece of land. At the same time, they are growing the tree species, fruit tree species there. So that will give them fodder and fuel food and the fruits as well. Okay, so that's how the rural livelihood will be supported, food security will be maintained, and environmental sustainable practices will be followed. Okay, joint forest management, what it is? So it is like a collaborative activity where the local communities and the forest departments are working in collaboration. Local communities, they are they are devoted, they know what type of forest species can grow well in that area, at which time which certain practices will help the tree species to grow well. Okay, so when they will maintain the forest species or the forest area that is under a forest department, the forest department will provide them the tangible and the intangible benefits in return. Okay, so that's how the it will help in managing and conserving the forest resources and sharing the responsibilities and the benefits between the forest departments and the local communities. Okay, another component of social forestry is the farm forestry practices. You might have seen that there are some farmers, they are having a good agriculture land, and at the corners or at the edges of their agriculture field, or at some specific locations for the purpose of shade, for the purpose of obtaining the fruits on occasional basis. What they are doing, they are integrating the tree species into their agriculture landscape. Okay, so that kind of social forestry practices are known as farm forestry. And in return from these tree species, they will get the timber, fuel wood, fodder, and soil conservation measures as well. Okay, so after writing the components and the objectives and the definition of social forestry, you can write a good conclusion of 2 lines here. Like social forestry is helping us in conserving the forest areas and maintaining the natural habitations for our wildlife also. And by following these different components of social forestry, we are creating, like you need to mention 2 or 3 line conclusion. Okay, that is like a summarized form of all the 3 questions asked there. Clear? So give me a thumbs up if this question is clear to everyone who are in the class. Give me a thumbs up, then we are going to move to the next part. Yeah, aspirants, is this particular question is clear to you? Any doubt or anything else? Please let me know if you are having any query. After that, we are going to move to the next part. All right. Now the next question, which is also having 3 parts in it, Shilpi, Sharika. Okay, thank you for informing. Thank you, everyone. Now we are moving on to the next part. So this was a question that was asked in the year 2023. Okay, there was a question for 15 marks, and it was in 3 parts. And as it is mentioned, it's a compulsory question. You are not allowed to skip or replace it with any other question. So what are the different parts there? First part is what are the objectives of extension education? So extension education, firstly, you have to define extension education. Define extension education. Then you have to write the objectives of it. Objectives of extension education. As this question was of 3 marks, so we can assume that 1 marks will be for definition and 2 marks will be for the objectives of extension education, right? And the second part is discuss the different methods employed for extension education. As this question is of 6 marks, so compulsorily you have to mention at least 6 methods. And if you are aware about 6 to 8 methods, so it will be well and good. Like you can mention in brief 6 to 8 methods of extension education. Like it will be demonstration, the result demonstration, the procedure demonstration. You have to mention about the different methods that you can use for extension education. Another question is discuss the role of extension education in Indian agriculture. We talk about the extension agents or agriculturalists. What they are doing, they are meeting the farmers, they are going door to door. Like we talk about the Metri, okay, where the animal husbanders or the farmers who are involved in livestock raising, okay, some specialist methods, they are reaching their doorstep and supplying them the sex sorted semen, or we can say genetically superior semen for their cattle to breed. Okay, so these are the extension agents or the persons who are involved in all these activities. Okay, so you can take the example of any other thing, like the farmers are getting the high quality seeds now. Okay, they are provided with the high quality seeds under the seed subsidies. They are getting the fertilizer subsidies. Okay, so they should be aware about all these schemes, like this is going on for them. Pradhan Mantri's Krishi Sinchai Yojana is there. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is there. So who is informing the farmers about these policies and the programs which are specially designed for them? They are the extension educators or extension agents, okay, who are in direct contact with the farmers and telling them about the basic practices that they can do in their agriculture field. Okay, so you have to define it properly. So first is, yeah, you can use this information. I had mentioned for you in depth all the important points related to extension education. So this is a word. This is having Latin roots. Extension comes from two words. Etymological roots is tensio, which is like stretching out something, and ex is outward. Like you are having specific knowledge. Okay, you are not using a formal way of teaching, but you are stretching out your information, so the knowledge to the large group of people, to a mass, awareing about the people about a specific information or a specific project. Okay, extension education denotes an educational approach that reaches beyond the conventional confines of schools and the colleges, venturing into rural areas and the fields. Okay, there are certain individuals who are visiting the rural areas and the field. They are not asking them to visit the school and the colleges, and delivering the informations and the knowledges that they are carrying with them, right? So first time the term extension was introduced in US in 1940, and in India the commencement of extension education as a formal study program can be traced back to Sabor, Bihar, where it was in 1956. And in India, J.P. Ligon is considered as a father of or the pioneer of extension education or agriculture extension in India. Okay, so these are some important points related to this information. So you can write this as a definition of extension education, and if you will be able to recall all this important information, so you can also use this information to make your introduction effective, to make your answer very effective. Another part is objective of extension education. So what are the different objectives of extension education? First is, yeah, farmers are aware about something. Like for example, if I'm not so techno-friendly and the person who are living nearby to me, they are aware about all the new technologies that are emerging out. Okay, and they are using the technologies and they are able to do their work in 2 or 3 hours. Whereas I'm not aware about the technologies. I'm not having the skills like how to use the technologies. I'm giving my 4, 5, 6 hours on a regular basis on a specific thing, and still I'm not getting any appreciation. Okay, but if there is an extension educator who is available there, who is telling me about the technologies and who is informing me about all this information, so that's how I can also improve my quality of time, and I can also save my time, and I can also upgrade my skills. Okay, so this is a role of extension educationist or extension education agent to elevate the quality of life for rural communities. How? By assisting them in the judicious utilization of their resources. They are having the resources. They are having all the basic facilities available to them, but they're not knowing. They are following a primitive or a traditional way to get all the results out. But sometimes you need to upgrade yourself. Now, see, we are still following, or we are still mentioning that we need to focus on Parampragat Krishi Vikas Yojana. We are talking about Parampragat Krishi Vikas Yojana, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, but there is a need to upgrade them. Okay, upgrade the farmers, that how the same practices will help them to get good results in return. Okay, to aid in the formulation and execution of family and community strategies aimed at augmenting production across diverse vocations, to facilitate improved living conditions for families in rural areas, to assist people to discover and analyze what are their problems. Okay, the extension agents will help in discovering the problems, analyzing the problems, and identify their needs so that they can come out with a good solution for the problems. Okay, and that's how, suppose a person as a farmer is trained in a specific skill, he will emerge out as a leader. Like he will teach the same skill to the 4 more farmers. Okay, so that's how the extension education will help in organizing groups, and all the farmers who are having the same type of problems, their problems will be solved. Now we're talking about the farmers and farmers producer organization. So these are the groups now where the farmers who are having the same type of problems, they are connected and they are sharing each other experiences and learning from each other experiences and how they can solve the problems of each others. Right? Moving forward, another important objectives of extension education is to disseminate. So there's a research information, like there are new projects, there are new varieties of certain crops, okay, and you want to inform the farmers about them. So extension education will help you to disseminate the research informations of economic and practical importance in a way people would be able to understand and use. Suppose I have to tell some information to the farmers, and I'm not leaving my formal accent or a formal way of teaching, and I'm in the mid of the farmer and I'm interacting with them, but they are not feeling comfortable in asking their questions to me because I'm not leaving my formal accent and they are not aware about the technical words or the English language, suppose. Okay, so if I want to be with the farmer or want to know about their problem, what's the exact problem they are facing, I have to be at their level once. Okay, so that they will feel comfortable in delivering their issues to me and telling me their problems. Okay, so extension education gives you a platform where you are sharing the research informations of economic and practical importance to the farmers in a way that the farmer will be able to understand it and to use it. Okay, to assist people in mobilizing and utilizing the resources which they have or need from outside, and to collect and transmit feedback information for solving management problems. Okay, so extension agent take care of one thing. Whenever he will be with the farmers, it's not like he have to show himself superior there. He have to be the part of the farmers community so that he will be able to know about their problems, so that he can inform them about the solution that they can use in their field for the specific kind of problem. Okay, so these are the different objectives of extension education. Clear? Now moving to the next part. So next part is about, you have to mention the different methods that extension agent can use for extension education. So one is farm and home visit. So what the extension professional can do, suppose he is observing that this particular family or a farm family who is having 2 hectares or the less piece of land, and they are facing problems in not getting the good productivity, and their field is suffering, there is a pest infestation, and they are not aware about the measures to get rid of it. So what the extension professional will do, he will visit the farmer's family. He will exchange his information to them. He will try to engage in two-way communication. Like he will share his experiences. So the farmers will feel comfortable with them. And farmer will start telling about their problems to the extension professional. Okay. So the main aim and the agendas of organizing these kind of meetings with the farmers and their families will help in knowing about the farmers' problem and providing them personalized solution. Like you are getting now, you are having the personalized mentorship program on the application of Oliveboard, where what you will get, like every individual have a different type of problem. Like some are struggling in notes making, some are struggling in objective type question, some are struggling in subjective type question. So you are getting your personalized solution at the mentorship program. Similarly, by following the farm and home visit, okay, extension professional will give you the personalized solution for their problem, for your problem, right? Next is method demonstration. Okay, now you have new advanced technologies with you and you want the farmers to be aware with the new tools and the new techniques. Okay, you are telling them, so you are showing them the picture, this is a new machine that you can use in your field and you will get the best result. But if you will show the method, like you will give them a live demo about something, okay, teaching them about the methods, like how they can do the clean milk production, paneer making, clean milk paneer making, clean ghee production. Okay, so you are telling them about the methods. These methods will give you the good result. There will be more hygiene practices. Okay, next is a result demonstration. Okay, there is one farmer and you informed the farmer. Yeah, you had informed the farmer about a specific kind of practice. Okay, that this practice, if you will follow this practice in your field, you will definitely get good result. Now this farmer has followed the practice in the field and he is gaining good productivity from his farmland. Okay, now you have a result in front of. Now this farmer will come forward with you to show the result that I had followed the practices, and because of the practices I am getting this kind of results. This is like the reviews. Okay, for example, you are going for a dinner with your family. Okay, what you will check, you had selected a specific restaurant. and you are about to visit the specific place with your family. But before reaching there, what you will check? You will check the ratings of the restaurant. You will check the reviews of the specific place, so that you will feel more comfortable in, because every time we are conscious now when we are about to visit at some place with our family. So that is like a result demonstration. The reviews are like the result demonstrations. Okay. So it's like conducted to prove the benefits of recommended practices and show their applicability to the local condition. A farmer typically conduct these demonstrations under the supervision of an extension professional. This method helps others learn by observing. So here you are learning a new skill by observing them, by doing them, like that the he culture, value addition, hygiene, animal husbandry or animal handling practices. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, DK. Thank you so much for the appreciation. Thank you so much. Another is group discussion. See, why we always like recommend you to have a study group, because sometimes it happen like you are having a problem, but you feel like this problem, how could I share this problem with a teacher? Because this is a very new kind of problem or a very small problem. Okay, so in that case, if you are having a good study group with you and where the like-minded peoples are sharing their ideas with each other, you will feel more comfortable in telling them about the issues that you are feeling if you're facing in your studies. Okay, so these are the issues that, for example, there is a group of farmers and they are facing the problems because of pest infestation. If they meet together and they will discuss a problem with each other, they will find a solution. Okay, these discussions will encourage farmers to collectively explore community problems, stimulate learning, and promote democratic decision making. Okay, these farmers will come out with a specific solution for the problem, because all the farmers are facing the same problem at the same time. Exhibition. What is it? Basically, it's a systematic representation of information. Okay, like the extension professionals, they will present the information in the form of models, posters, photographs, charts in a logical sequence. Okay, and they will tell you to become the part of these exhibitions. So when the farmers as an audience come to visit these exhibitions, they will definitely learn something new that they can use in their agriculture field, and that's how they will get a good result out of it. Okay, campaigns. So why the campaigns are conducted? To aware the communities about certain practices. Okay, so focus the attention of the communities on specific issues such as milk adulteration, animal disease prevention, and tick control. So these initiatives will also help in quickly reaching the farmers. Okay, and that will also help in building their confidence and emotional involvement in the program. Yeah, these are the different methods. One is a field tour. So, yeah, these field tours are also organized. For example, you are informing the farmers about the specific practices that they can use in their field. They will definitely get good results if they will follow these practices in their field. But what if you take a group of farmers to the field, exact like agriculture institutions field, where these practices are actually followed? Okay, so they may also include visits to research institutions, training centers, model villages, exhibition related to rural life challenges. So the farmers will came to know about the real life experiences there, and they will definitely follow the same practices in their field after visiting the research field or the research institutions. Okay, so this is also a way. This is also one of the way for extension education. Clear? Is it clear? Is it part is clear to everyone who are in the class? Now we are moving on the next part. Another part is, yeah, how it is helpful in Indian agriculture. Okay, what is the role of extension education in Indian agriculture? Let's talk about it. So extension education, it plays a very important role in the development of Indian agriculture. How? See, lab to land. Do you know what is lab to land? Even though recently we had the Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan. Okay, Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan. And one of the objective of this Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan that I think that was from 29th of May till 12th of June 2025, that whatever the advanced technologies that are formulated or that are designed in the research institutions that need to be transferred to the agriculture field or the land areas. Okay, so one of the role of extension education, that it is helping in transferring the advanced technologies that we are working upon in our research field, research labs, to be transferred to the agricultural land where the actual farmer is in a need of all these practices or the technologies. Okay, so extension education plays a crucial role in the development of Indian agriculture. How? By bridging a gap so that research and the practices will go in hand in hand. Extension professionals, they are acting as an agent, which are transferring the technologies of the research institutions to the farmers' field. Okay, so it refers to the dissemination of knowledge, skills, and technology from research institutions to farmers to enhance their productivity, efficiency, and sustainability in agriculture. Okay, and here are some key roles of extension education. Here are some key roles of extension education in Indian agriculture. Okay, let's talk about, right? Next is dissemination of new technologies and practices. Okay, so farmers are doing something in their farmlands. Research institutions, scientists are doing something in the research field. Okay, they are developing new and new varieties. And this variety is a pest-resistant variety. This variety will give you high yield. Who like farmers are using their old age practices, they are using the seeds that are easily available to them. So what's the use of the scientists who are doing a lot of research on all these varieties? Okay, the extension education or this extension professionals, they are the one who are bridging this gap, who are awareing the farmers about the technologies that our scientists are working upon in the research institutions. Okay, so they are the one of the agents who are disseminating the new technologies and practices to the farmer. Extension education helps in spreading the latest agricultural technologies, practices, and innovations which are developed by research institutions to the farming communities. This includes introducing new crop varieties, improved farming techniques, pest management methods, and soil conservation practices. Okay, another is capacity building. So what comes under the capacity building, like what's the role of, like how it is helping in it? So it provides farmers with the necessary training and the skill development. Okay, so the research institutions or this extension education or extension professionals, they will visit the farmers, they will take their feedbacks, they will get to know about the challenges, and wherever the skills trainings are needed by the farmers, they will help the farmers in providing them the specific kind of skills needed to operate an agriculture implement, or training needed to work upon a specific project. Like for the mushroom cultivation, trainings are provided, 2 or 3 days trainings are provided at the research institutions so that the farmers can work for the mushroom cultivation. Extension education programs aims to enhance a farmer's knowledge on efficient resource use, farm management, and entrepreneurship. Improving productivity. Farmers are doing the regular practices in their fields and they are not getting the good results because the soil will become deficient of nutrients. So what if the farmers are aware about the soil health card? Okay, so on that basis, they can analyze their soil, that this soil is deficient in this particular nutrient, and this is a biofertilizer that they can use in their field, and that's how they can help in rejuvenating the fertility of the soil. So who is helping the farmer in awareing about the soil health cards and other practices? They are the extension professionals. Okay, through the adoption of scientifically proven techniques, extension education helps in increasing the crop yields and reducing the input cost. For example, guidance on efficient irrigation. Extension professionals are guiding the farmers that this is an efficient way of irrigating your crop. This is a method they can use to control the pest attack on your agriculture field. And these are the organic fertilizers, which are of not so expensive. And another way, they are also helping your soil to naturally heal from any nutrient deficiency. Okay, so that's how this will help in getting the higher productivity and sustainable agriculture. Another is promoting sustainable agriculture. Yeah, obviously, you are educating the farmers about sustainable agriculture practices, like we talk about organic farming, precision farming, crop rotation, agroforestry, water conservation techniques. So that's how your agriculture viability will be improved, or long-term agriculture viability will be there. Addressing the rural poverty, like the extension professional, when they visit the farmlands, when they visit the farm families, they will came to know about their issues or the challenges they are facing. So if you will suggest them the good practices and they will install all the good practices in their farm field, okay, what will they get? They will get a higher productivity from the same piece of land. So when they will start getting the high productivity, that's how their poverty, their standard of living will be improved, their income will be increased, and rural poverty will be reduced. Okay. Women empowerment. These extension education programs are focusing on involving a lot of women, because women communities, they are involved in agriculture practices, but they should know their worth. Now we have the drone Didi scheme for them. Now we have the Lakpati Didi scheme for them. Under which what we are doing, we are trying to empowering the women. Okay, we are providing them the knowledge and the skills needed to manage their household agriculture, and that's how they will help in enhancing their productivity. The income will be improved, and that's how their status in the society will be improved. Linking farmers with the markets and the credits. Now we have what we are having. We have ENAM, National Agriculture Markets. Yeah, we are having we are having the Kisan credit cards. Okay, so extension professionals are the one who are telling the farmers about these schemes and the programs, so that the farmers will be aware about the market dynamics, so that they will not sell any product in hurry to the middlemen. Okay, they will check the prices. Now we are having the minimum support prices policy, and the farmers are aware about them, so that they will not fall in the trap of the money lenders. Okay, so that's how extension educators or extension professionals are helping in educating the farmers about available government schemes, credit facilities which are available for them, and subsidies. That's how their financial positions will be improved. Disaster management and risk mitigation. Yeah. So these now we are having the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Now, see, in cabinet committee had approved a certain scheme, that this is a scheme for the farmers' welfare. Okay, and there is no extension educator involved in between. What will happen? The farmers will not be able to know about a specific scheme that is launched for them. We have the DD Kisan, we have certain platforms where the farmers will be aware about these kind of schemes which are specifically designed for them. So these extension education professionals can equip the farmers with the knowledge to tackle unforeseen challenges like drought, floods, and pest attack. Through better preparedness information on risk management, farmers can reduce their losses and ensure the resilience. Promoting policy awareness, as I told you in between, with the help of certain examples, like extension professionals are promoting the policies, and they are awareing the farmers about the different type of policies which are specifically designed for them. Okay, so that they will register under the specific scheme and they will get the benefit out of it. Okay, farm to farmer communication. Okay, see, when there will be a group discussion where n number of farmers are like they will connect, or they will be placed, they will be gathered at a specific place, and there's an extension professional who is telling the farmers about a specific kind of problem. What will happen? The farmers will also they will also interact with each other, and that's how there will be a group of them. And that's how, by discussing their problems with each other, they will start finding a solution for their problem. They will start sharing each other's experience. So that's how the farmers and through farmers communication will also be improved. So in India, we are having the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, we are having the NGOs, we are having the agricultural extension officers who are working in all these sectors to make the farmers aware about all these skills which are specially designed for them. Okay. So that's all about this particular kind of question. I hope you guys had enjoyed the answer very well. Okay, what are your feedbacks, or what you want? What do you want something extra that should be needed or that should not be included in the session? Please let me know in the comment box. Here I'm ending our session for now. Aspirant, this is a batch which is available on the application of Oliveboard. So if you are preparing for NABARD Grade A 2025, be the part of this batch. It is very important for you. And if you are having any query or any doubt, please let me know in the comment box so that we will work upon that. Thank you so much and bye-bye. Take care.